Hello, everyone. This is Eddie Laporte, Executive Director of the New Jersey Office of Faith-Based Initiatives. And this webinar is step 2 of the contracting process. So you've completed step 1. You got an email from your program manager saying, okay, hey, congratulations for completing step 1. Now, before we can enter into contract with you, we need you to do step 2. So you log on onto Sage. Now, this is our testing site. This is where we do a lot of our testing of our grants and applications and reports. And also we do the webinars for educational purposes. So you log on to Sage. And most of you got an email saying that you need to go into Sage and do something. Disregard that email. You can't go into the budget and to the grant agreement until you complete step 1. Some of you did it, but we're not going to move beyond the step 1 until you're done with that. So when you get to your My Task page, you look for, the only thing that should be here is probably Project Atlas 2.0 for you, OFBI Project Atlas 2.0. You click it, you find your organization. It should be under the header grantee signature required. This is our test agency. So this is what we're looking for. So under grantee signature required, you click the grant agreement number, which is this number here. It reads OFBI 20PA 2.0 dash, and then the last 3 digits is a qualifying number for your respective organization. So you click on that. And so the first thing we need you to do is you need to make sure that the overall budget reflects the actual award amount. So we want you to go over forms, hover over forms, scroll down to the overall budget, and click overall budget. So some of you got 15, some of you got 10. So I already know that this number is not going to be aligned with your award amount, because I think everybody that applied requested for $15,000 and not everybody received $15,000. So for you to make this $15,000 here, you need to go up to forms and you need to go to the, let's say, personnel. Now your personnel line, your personnel page cannot exceed 65% of the total award. Right? So let's just say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to pay the head honcho $5,000. I'm going to cut that down to whatever dollar amount you need to cut it down to, right? So let's say I'm going to charge, you know what? I'm going to do 1,500 for him. And then you go up to the top and you click save. And then there you go, right? So it's $1,500. The only thing you're concerned about is this column. You cannot have have this column with a parentheses around the number, because then that means that you're already in a deficit. So make sure that there's no parentheses on any number in this column, right? That it has to be on the positive side of the ledger. Then you scroll up to forms and you go to consultant and contractors. Remember, because you've got to figure out how you're going to get to your $10,000. If you receive $15,000, this is a really good opportunity to look at, you know, how can I rearrange resources to best support this project moving forward. So you're not going to charge. You're not going to get an evaluator, because just like, you know what, it's too much money. I can't afford it. So you got to delete everything. And maybe you're going to get the grant writer, so you move the grant writer to the top, I guess, right? What's it, fund developer, right? And you're going to move the 2,000, you're going to take this out, and you're going to put 2,000 here, and put 2,000 here, because you guys might need that. And then you go up to the top, and you click save. This is very important. Let me tell you about the consultant page. People who are working for the organization cannot be under consultants, right? So if you're the CEO right? You need to be placed under the personnel line item. So if that's your case, you need to move yourself from the consultant page and put yourself on the personnel line item. Same thing with the admin. If there's an admin person that's going to be quote unquote staff of the organization, then they go under personnel. Consultants are individuals that are not hired, that are not direct line staff of the organization, and they come in this page, right? So now you go to forms and you scroll down to other cost categories. So these are the other cost categories, right? So we define other items as items that are not consumable supplies. We define consumable supplies as office supplies. So if you have consumable supplies, and let's say you have meals over here, that's not a consumable supply, that goes under other, right? So let's say you're charging the grant $1,000 for admin costs because you have up to 10,000, you have up to 10% of the award amount for admin. That's reasonable, right? So I'm good with that, right? Equipment purchases, you can purchase a laptop or a couple of laptops. I'm fine with that. Consumable supplies or office supplies, anything that's not an office supplies is not under consumable supplies. They are under other. See, for example, snacks, water, juices under other. Oh, by the way, we don't pay for gas. We will reimburse you for mileage reimbursement at the state mileage reimbursement rate of 35 cents. So when we go over this budget, we're gonna flag those issues, those concerns with you, right? So let's say everything on this page is fine and you click save, just to be on the safe side. Then we want you to go to the overall budget page. And when you get to this page, all you need to do on this page is click save. All the changes and numbers that you did in the other pages automatically populate onto this page. All right, so let's say everything worked out perfectly and it's at 15,000 for those organizations that were 15,000, or it's at $10,000 for those organizations that were funded $10,000. Okay, what's the next thing? Well, the next thing you want to do is, if in the email that you receive from your program manager, they say that you're missing documents or some of the documents and the required appendices are not the correct documents, this is where you would upload those proper documents. You would go to forms, you would scroll down to required appendices, you would click required appendices, and then you would see, you know, let's say the board resolution is not the correct board resolution. We will say to you, hey, listen, you uploaded the wrong board resolution, so we need you to upload the correct board resolution. So here is the board resolution that you're supposed to upload. Same thing with the logic models, the readiness assessment, and the 990. Here's the deal. We want every Project Atlas 2.0 grantee to upload their most current 990, or we will not sign off on step 2. Right, so you need to upload that. After all that is done, you click save. Then you hover over forms again. You scroll all the way down to contract information. Or, well, let's say the grant agreement. You go to the grant agreement page, make sure that all this information here is correct. I want you to go to number 12 and check the box that says I accept and agree. Scroll up to the top and click save. There's no status change on this page for you. All you do is go to 12, click the check box that says I agree and accept, come up to the top, click save. This box here to show up, it says the information has been saved. Then I want you to go to forms, scroll all the way down to the contract information page. So in the email that you're receiving from your program manager, it says that you need to upload a certificate of certificate of insurance, and that the Office of Faith-Based Initiatives must be the additionally insured. And it tells you in the email what that's supposed to look like. After you talk to your insurance company and you get the liability certificate of insurance, you upload it here by clicking browse, go to where it's saved on your computer or laptop, and upload it here. Then you need to complete these boxes here, right? Then if there aren't any changes to the program summary, the project design, target population, project goals and objections, and evaluation, what I want you to do is copy and paste this statement that I highlighted and copy and paste it in all the text boxes if there aren't any changes. After that's done, you go up to the top and you click save. I'm not going to click save because I didn't fill anything out and it's going to say that there's an error. So after you're done with that, right, then I want you to come to related documents and messages. That's the voucher. You'll see the voucher page here. It'll say OFBI, PAP, PV for purchase a payment voucher. Click the payment voucher, and it'll bring you to the payment voucher page. What I want you to do is hover over forms, click the payment voucher link, scroll down to where it says pay declaration, put the checkbox there. This is the initial payment. Come up to the top, click save. You see the save box, everything has been saved. Come to status change, click grantee signature submitted. Grantee signature submitted. Everything is fine. You click parent information. It takes you to here, to the document snapshot page. After step 2 is done, and only after all of step 2 is done, do you email your program manager and say, hey, Justin and or Louisa, step 2 is completed. And then they'll follow up. They'll go back in there and check it out. All right, so this is the webinar on how to complete step 2. Thank you for taking the time. If you got any questions, call your respective program manager. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.